What's going on, guys? Sorry for the delay. I tried to get this done on STREAMLABS, but this shit, I don't know what happened. If anybody
What's going on,
knows,
guys?
let's
Sorry
mute
for the
this.
delay. I tried.
I don't need that. If anybody knows how to work STREAMLABS, please tell me how to fucking do that shit because I'm completely lost. But anywho, guys, welcome to the Film Cave Dailies. I am your host, John Knight, the Knight, whatever you want to call me. This is going to be a segment where in between, as you all know, I have the Film Cave live show. It happens every weekend. We will not be having a show this weekend, and probably not next week as well, depending, how it goes, if I can work some few things out. But in between, I am going to be working on doing a daily show that can keep up, still give you guys some videos and contents while I still work on some other things that I'm trying to get done in the pipeline down the road. Hopefully you guys like. I know you guys would like it, but until now, I'm just brainstorming a lot, and it's driving me crazy. But it's things that is needed in order to get shit done. We all know how this works. But today, we have a few topics that I wanted to speak about, and we're going to that drop today. We have Candyman. We have some Spider-Man 3 news. We have some Mulan news. Didn't want to make this video too long because the general show itself is over an hour. So we'll speak about, a few things until necessary. I'm just bored with them. But let's say we get into it. I won't bullshit it anymore. Candyman. So this is something that I've been looking forward to ever since the release, or the announcement, I should say. I initially thought that Yaya, I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest of his name because I'm sorry, I probably will fuck that up, but I'm just going to call him Yaya Manhattan, was playing Candyman in a reboot. But apparently Tony Todd is back. So I've heard. I haven't seen anything about this. I'm going to react to the trailer now. The video will be in post when I, cut the section off and re-upload it for those to see. So if you're those of you watching, please pull up the trailer if you want to watch along. But this is produced by Jordan Peele, comes out later this year. I'm really excited for it. So I want to know if it's a continuation or if they're kind of just doing like a soft reboot. You know what I mean? But without further ado, let's get to it. Let me move my ass over so I can make this easier for my life when I edit this and chop it up. All right, I have the trailer up here. Let's go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Lego.
Candyman. The urban legend is if you say his name 5 times while looking in the mirror,
That's a very Jordan Peele shot.
reflection, and it kills you.
Who would do that?
Right. See? All of them. Not us. So that makes it seem interesting.
Well, we're still alive.
Yeah, I'm out. Oh, you're locking dodos. Ooh.
I feel really connected to this neighborhood.
That was a new outfit.
I just moved in around the corner. The old candy factory.
Hey.
Look up to Candyman. He's the
I hate bees, bro.
this neighborhood.
Why are you drawn to this?
I'm hoping to spread the story all about Candyman. The mirror invites you to summon him.
Are you serious?
Say his name. I dare you.
Candyman. Candyman.
Candyman. Candyman.
They are not. Hey, she's back.
Don't say that. Candyman.
Oh, you gotta show us. Ooh.
I think I made a mistake. I'll be right back.
Candyman isn't real!
I think he's Candyman.
He had a purpose for you to be another one of his tell those stories.
I guess he found me.
Oh,
It's not real.
ooh, ooh. That shit looks lovely. Okay. All right, so I'm real excited about that. I have questions. I have a lot of questions. Okay, so I'm guessing Yaya is maybe a descendant of Candyman. Somehow he's possessing him because all the shots of Candyman didn't look like Tony Todd. It looked like it was literally Yaya. Like he's possessing him through him and he's making him do all these killings. It has to do with some kind of lineage, I'm sure. It has to be, right? That's the only way it logically makes sense right now. We only saw a glimpse of Tony in the reflection of the cop car. So I think that's what it is. So I still think I'm right. I still think Yaya is Candyman. Just I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. But I love the tone. Yaya looks like he's gonna do a really good job. Jordan, brother, you making all these songs creepy, all these iconic black songs creepy. Say my name. He put Destiny's Child in here. That's very interesting. Okay, cool. I can rock with that. It's different. Um, I'm here for it. I'm really excited about it. I'm curious what direction they're going to do. There was a lot of Jordan Peele shots. A lot of Jordan Peele shots. Um, we'll see, man. It has me. I'll need one more trailer. One more. And I think that's it. To convince me, to let me know what's going on. And yeah, man. I'm here for it. Good job. I love the voice. The new modulated voice they have for Candyman, I really like. I still would have liked Tony Todd's, but with the direction that they're going, I see why they didn't. If it is possession, it wouldn't necessarily be his. It can kind of be that joint thing, you know? But yeah, I'd say we're good on that. We don't want to spend too much time on that. Again, this trailer will be up after the show. You'll be able to see the video in its entirety with me watching along in the videos after this. All right. So, from those of you who watched the live show last week, me and Jody's Corner, we had quite the debate regarding Spider-Man. We both have opposing views when it comes to who's better, the best Spider-Man, and our take, feelings, and thoughts on said Spideys. But he's back in the news again. And apparently, we have a title, or at least a working title, right now. And I'll be real, I'm not feeling it, y'all. I'm not feeling it at all. So, apparently, the latest title in the Spider-Man franchise is heavily based off of Seinfeld. Now, those of you who know me know I have not watched Seinfeld, or I do not like Seinfeld. I've seen a few episodes, and it's just not my cup of tea. I know that's apparently one of the best comedy shows ever in life. I know that as a majority of my Caucasian brothers and sisters, which is fine. But that's just not for me. I can't get with that shit. I just found it boring and not funny at all. But apparently it's very relatable to New York. And we all know Spider-Man is very New York. So, with that being said, the title is Serenity Now. I don't like that, but it has meaning. So, it's from the final season of Seinfeld. In the episode, Frank Cotanza, I'm sure all of you know who that is, I do not, uses the mantra to calm his anger, which is rapidly growing while trying to sell computers out of his garage with the help of George, who pretends to be unloading them on customers, but is actually hiding them in Kramer's apartment. In the end, Frank eventually explodes from bottling his anger because it turns out his real mantra is serenity now, insanity later. That's the interesting part. Now, given how Far From Home ended, we know that Peter is, his identity is blown. His whole shit's out there for everybody to see. Everybody he loves, no, everybody is not safe at all. So this provides a huge challenge, a lot of stakes, and this could mean that throughout the process we're going to see Spider-Man eventually snap by the end. How does he cope with doing this balance of everybody knows who I am, but how do I still be the hero that the city needs? How can I be the hero that I'm supposed to be while everyone else is in danger? Like, how do I weigh these out? And especially, I'm sure some big bad villain will be thrown in the mix of that. Relationships will be tested, will be questioned, and we're going to see how much Spider-Man can take with all this on his shoulders. So I like the reference that it's making. I just don't like the title of it. And that's what's bugging me. We can find another way to kind of speak to that, to applaud to that, to reference that. Serenity Now just seems very off. It doesn't seem like a Spider-Man thing or reference or something involved with Spider-Man. It doesn't feel Spider-Man-esque. But like I said, I like the attachment. If the setup is exactly what it says it is, this can be the most challenging aspect we've seen from a Tom Holland Spider-Man yet. It will question his morals. It will question his code. It will question his dedication. It will question his relationships. It'll question everything to a literal breaking point. At least that's where I hope they take the character, because with how Far From Home ended and with this description here, you have endless possibilities. And Marvel is great at utilizing that on certain narratives, and Spider-Man is a great one to do it. He's finally on his own. He's out of Iron Man's shadow, despite what some of you mofos may think I like to hold on to. He very well is. And this is a great stepping stone and a great starting point to really, flesh out who our MCU Spider-Man is. So I look forward to that. Change the title. That shit's trash. Seinfeld, sorry, trash. But this has a lot of potential. I'm very excited for my boy Tom. And to prove all of his doubters, all of you haters, all of you fucking, I don't want to get too crazy, but all of you bastards that sit up here dogging, holding on to one single narrative, who can't see behind a simple character story or narrative, I can't wait to see him prove you all wrong. So, with that being said, our next topic, Mulan. Now, one of the most badass aspects of Mulan is, singing, story, the fighting, the characters. One of those characters is not in this film, but he will be split into two characters. So, Li Shang. So that is in the animated film, he was the general. Let's get down to business, him. Not only is that song not going to be in the movie, which that pulls right at my heartstrings, he will not be in the movie as well. And we finally have a reason as to why. And apparently it's heavily based around, along the Me Too movement, which is instantly frustrating. Let's read the article. So I'm pulling this article up from Collider. Rest in peace. So they spoke to Jason Reed, a producer on there. Male alter ego, Pink speaks volume. Yes, okay. So we decided. Wait, hold on. I think I might have. Okay, I did get the right character right. Sorry, I thought I mixed that up. I did know he was a bisexual icon. That's news to me. He's a bisexual icon? Why? Huh. I learned something new today, y'all. Okay, well, story about that next time. So, we split Li Shang into two characters. One became Commander Tong, which is played by Donnie Yen, a badass himself, who serves as her surrogate father and a mentor in the course of the movie. The other is Hong Hui, hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize, played by Yoson An, who is Mulan's equal in the squad. And let's see, who's a bisexual icon? The Li Shang, the original animated shorts general, Mulan's love interest, or liking, I should say. So, I continue. Reed cites Me Too movement as an influence on the decision to rework the character. Here's where I have the issue. He says, I think particularly in the time of the Me Too movement, having a commanding officer that is also the sexual love interest was very uncomfortable and we didn't think it was appropriate. I don't agree with this at all. I think this is nothing but fear from the studio. I think the Me Too movement has gotten way over the rails and off focus on what was initially its existence, its reasoning, its fight, its movement. Just like with Colin Kaepernick or any other movement that there is, a lot of people take advantage of that movement, that narrative, and it kind of makes a little bit of a mockery to those actually going through hard-pressing times of what that movement was actually about. And I feel like this is it. Because Mulan isn't within that narrative. Li Shang is not within that narrative. He has a love interest, yes. He's not someone who took Mulan against her will or done anything inappropriate or anything within that nature. Somebody who was a commanding officer and acted as so. Somebody that Mulan ended up saving his ass plenty of times throughout the film. And a lot of times she was a very independent character. So it wasn't like she needed him. She wasn't a damsel in distress. He didn't put her in uncomfortable situations. He didn't force anything upon her. Like, this has absolutely nothing to do with Me Too. The narratives aren't the same whatsoever. I get wanting to be careful if the story prompted that. If the story was about that or had blurs in between, that's like, that's a little fucking sketchy. But Mulan didn't. She's going to war for the sake of her father and her family and for honor. She dresses up like a man. So most of the time throughout the whole movie, nothing's really happening because General, Shang thinks he's a man. There's a few, they're like, okay, a little what you think. So I question Shang, if anything. So yeah, now I see the bisexual movement and the icon and all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. Cool. Play that narrative. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. And then when she finally reveals herself as a woman, she's whooping everybody's ass. She's saving everybody. She's holding her own. She's independent. She's everything. Why is this narrative here? And that's why movements like this, when they get out of hand from their basic premise, strikes fear into or uncomfortability or sensitivity to people, organizations, companies. It ruins things, and it tends to either ruin, depending on which direction you go, it ruins people's lives, careers, or takes away narrative and story, all of that. We have to know what the difference is, and we can't act off of impulse, fear, and uncomfortability. If you know your story, you know what it means. So I don't agree with that change. I think they should have kept him. I don't think they've crossed any boundaries, any lines, any inappropriateness, I don't think they've done any of that. And neither has the original story. So I think it was a missed opportunity. I'm not saying it's going to affect the movie at all. But the decision to split up the basic morality and personality and characteristics of one man into two different characters, that's going to be interesting to see. But I have faith in it. Still going to see it. Tickets went on sale today, and I'm going to be seeing that shit late. But so yeah. So it's been pretty quiet within the news lately. So that's why I only pulled out a few things that dropped today, because obviously this is a daily, so we're going to focus on news that dropped today. So if there's any other topics that I missed that you want me to cover going forward on these, TFC daily shows, then feel free to hit me up on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it may be, to send me your topics that you want me to cover that I may miss on these segments. And of course, we'll have the big main live show covering through the whole week, and guests and all that other stuff every weekend as continued and followed. But I want to give you guys content in between throughout the week, so this channel's not just empty with just the live show. Like I said, there's a lot coming down the pipe that I'm working on for the channel, for the show, another show, that it takes a lot. And I know you guys will love it. I know you guys will enjoy it. I know you guys will have fun with it. So I just ask that you be patient. Everything will start flowing more, naturally. And we will start getting, content out on a regular basis. But that's going to wrap up for today's episode. Just 3 quick little, topics, nothing crazy. I'm going to try to keep these up to, 20 to 30 minutes tops, depending on the news. And yeah, man. Again, as always, I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Be sure to please subscribe to the page. Hit that notification bell. Let's get us to 100,000 subscribers. Spread the word. Share the channel. Share the show. Because we have a lot of opportunity, and I want all of you to be there with me when we grow. So please follow the links below, my social media, Twitter, Instagram. I'm still trying to work fucking STREAMLABS. So again, if anybody knows, please help, shed some light. But as always, it's been real. It's been John. Until the next one, love y'all. Peace.